Yes, come again to IT Insight 101 and continue with our Python tutorial. We have learned what a casting is and what it does, and we have understood properly casting is used to specify a data type to a variable. But now I'm going to talk about string again separately because so that we can understand a string properly, and you people may wonder why am I going one by one instead of covering it all in one video. I just want to make things so separately, and so that some of you who because not everyone could understand it the same way, but if I believe that if I break it into small pieces and you go through each one by one, you will even realize the tutorial or this course is so easier because each part is explained separately. So in Python, a string in Python are surrounded by either a single quotation mark or a double quotation mark. So for example, if I assign a variable of a name with a single quotation like this one, Perino Garang, we mostly use in within throughout the course we have been using double quotation, but now if I use a single quotation, it should also work. That is part of the string, so we can also use single, double, or even triple quote. And let me demonstrate it with the triple quote, because we have already seen double quote like this one. If I am to print it, you will see Perino will still be printed. What if I use a triple quote like this one? Triple quote here. Now you can see I put triple quote on either side. So if I say here Perino Garang, and you can still see Perino Garang is printed because all of them are treated as a string. Either we pass them in a single quote and we pass them in a double quote, or we pass them in a triple quote. And I highly recommend you don't pass it in triple quote. According to the document, according to the Python documentation, it is not a best practice at all. So single quote can work, double quote can work, and there are some situations whereby we cannot assume that we are using a single quote. For example, if I say Perino, and again I make single quotation here within this one here, and I say Perino Garang, and I type it here, you will see Perino will be printed inside a single quote. This is another way. In this case, we cannot use double quote to quote something. We can use a single quote to escape the double quotation, so that whatever we are passing inside should be printed with a small quotation. So this is another way of doing it, and I hope you are able to understand me here very, very clearly. And another good thing about a string, let me say a string of array. Don't worry about what an array is, but just leave it the name of array. It may sound difficult, but now I can put something like x equal to hello world. And if I print, I can print here x, and I can put a square bracket, and I should put a number like 1 inside it here. We are actually indexing 1. If I print, it will pick the second letter in the sequence of characters that we have passed, because indexing starts from 0. As we know in array, it start counting from 0 coming up. So if we put, we can only pick out a specific thing. But now you don't have to worry about how this thing work. I believe I would come and explain this part later on separately. I'm just demonstrating how we can perform those function with a string. So again, I put another variable here called txt, and I'm saying that I am free in my room making a YouTube video. Making a YouTube video. So now I can print it like this one, or I can even check, which is a check statement, which I can even use a double quote here and quote the keyword free and use a checking operator. in txt. So what does this mean here? It's saying that I just passed a variable called a txt, and I'm assigning a sequence of characters, right? That sequence of characters to that variable. In this case, it's I'm free in my room making a YouTube video. Oh, I forget something here. Making YouTube video. So I'm saying that print free in single quote, which means free in print free in txt, which means check it for me if free exists in that txt, and if free do exist, the result should be given back in a boolean. You can see it is true now. Free actually exists because if you can see here, we have free. So if I can put something like Perino, it will check the text that we have assigned first. And if Perino does not exist there, it will come back here as false. But please, I'm just demonstrating it for you. Don't worry. You will in the future lecture, you will come to know about this part in detail.